Hello, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 35 of Aussie Club as we look to return Forest to the top of European football, and this episode we can begin that journey properly as we play our first game in the Champions League group stage. We'll get to our group in a second. You'll see here, we can do it now because you can see it's Benfica, it's Sevilla and it is Roma, which looks very doable to me, but we'll have to wait and see how we go. But since our last episode we opened the season away to West Brom, and you can see things have gone nicely indeed. We started off at home, of course a 3-0 win to West Ham. This was actually a tight, even game, but Mosley was ruthless, and we scored our 3 goals with only 5 shots on target. So, as I said, ruthless finishing from Callum Mosley with the hat-trick got us 3 well-deserved points there. Went away to Middlesbrough next, and we were absolutely stunning in the first half. Saw the game out just quite a mediocre style in the second half, but you can see Mariano Ortiz got 2, Curtis Jones with a 3rd, and that was another regulation 3 points. Then we played Southampton at home. Now, I made some changes in this game ahead of, obviously, the Benfica game in Manchester City as well. So you can see we gave a debut in midfield to Lacey. We played this Australian left back that I cannot pronounce. A few others as well. We played Malacase and Buzanel in defence. But you can see it didn't really matter. 3-2 was the final score. You can see they got a 91st minute goal, which made them look a little bit more respectable for them. But Mosley, Lacey with a debut penalty, and Elizage with the 3 goals for us. Yeah, as again, another good 3 points. That late goal does give them a little bit more respectability to the score than they probably deserved. This episode, as I said, is we open the Champions League against Benfica, then we'll play Manchester City at home, 2 massive games. And if we look at the league table, look at that, perched at the top, 4 wins from 4 games, 12 points, and already a nice little 5-point gap. If our main goal is to get back in the Champions League for next season, it's a nice early gap to have, isn't it? So we won't be complaining about that. But let's have a look at the team to play Benfica. It's more or less the strongest team we can put out. We've gone with Vazquez in goal, Quajano, Novikov, and Cox across the back. We're giving Milanovic a game. Toth is a little bit tired, so we're going to rest him for this one. Milanovic, good in the air, a little bit stronger defensively, so I don't think it's too much of a risk there. Scando will go down the left. Griffiths and Arosa in midfield, with Jones in behind Elizage and Ortiz, who is going to be playing as an advanced forward and not a poacher. That's fine. We had Callum Mosley last game, which is why that's as opposed to poacher. But let's get on with this and see what we can do in the Champions League. So 4-4-2 for Benfica. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Forest back in Europe. Do it for the fans. Come on, lads, show me what you can do. I think I might prefer that. Then some calm, we have faith. And let's go out there and what could we be European champions? Why not? Alright, here we go. Forest fans in full voice. I can only imagine the excitement in the stadium. Of course, the Brian Clough Arena, having moved on from the City Ground. Was it last season, I think, was our first season at the Brian Clough Arena? This isn't a great start, though they've run the ball out of play. The really promising thing about that Southampton result last up was that it showed that we have good squad depth, that when we play sort of a mid-table-ish team in the Premier League at home, we can rely on Malacase and some of the Australian left back. They played pretty well as well. We have these guys that can come in and we can rest some of these major players. There's a ball back for Jones. Can he square it? It's in for Milanovic. Oh! 3 minutes into our return to the top table of European football, and we're 1-0 up. Milanovic, I'm going to struggle with that name. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but on his first start for the club, good finish. He did get 2 goals in pre-season, so he's shown himself capable of being able to get forward and nick a goal, and he has shown it again right there. So let me know what you think of our group. I think it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? There is no real major European power in the group. Benfica, I think we've played them almost every season. If we go back to, it's got in there, got away with that a little bit. If you go back to our time at Villa, I think we had them at least twice. I think we played them in a knockout round. Same with Sevilla. We seem to always get drawn against them for some reason. But considering we were the 4th seed in the group as well, I think we got away with it quite lightly. Roma, we need to be better than that. I haven't really looked at the teams, to be honest. The squads, I should say, of the teams. We'll give them a concentrate here. So it's difficult to know exactly where we stand, but just certainly looking off the club names, and you can kind of get a gauge of roughly what they're going to be like based on, who they are in current real life football. And I think we got a relatively good group, especially as I say, given that we're the fourth seeds. But let me know what you think. It would have been nice to maybe like we had with our first campaign with Villa in the Champions League, where we got Real Madrid. Someone like that would have been nice, wouldn't it? But we'll take it. Well, I'm sure if we get through the group, we'll have a chance to play them then. There's Elazar through on goal. Elazar just over the bar. The keeper looked all out at sea there. He had no idea. We're not doing too badly here. We've roughly splitting possession. Any shots they've had, you can see, haven't been on target. We'll give them some encouragement here, I think. Here comes Jones. Can he get a ball up for Elazar? Elazar can't quite win the header, but Milovanovic will swoop on that. Arosa got us some space out there for Scando. Look at that ball. That is sumptuous. Can Scando find a ball in? He can to the back post. It's Milovanovic again. He's there for all teams! 2-0 up and in absolute dreamland. That was a nicely worked goal. Rosa with a great ball out for Scando. He crossed it back post. This is where Milovanovic is good. He's strong in the air, knocks it back in for Ortiz, and he cannot miss. Mariano Ortiz, the great, great Spaniard. 400,000 from Barcelona, let's not forget. What's he valued at now? Can we get a little pop-up here? No, it's not gonna stay there. He's got to be worth, what, 20 million at this point, more. He's played a ball across for Milovanovic. Can he turn? No, he's kept the ball though, which is good. Griffiths for Arosa. Arosa out for Milovanovic. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's not the greatest cross, and it's there for the keeper. We might have a bit of competition for Griffiths as that deep-lying playmaker, because Lacey in that last game against Southampton was really, really good. He got the goal from the penalty spot, but his general play was really, really promising, to be honest. A lot better than I was expecting to get from him. So that was really good to see. It may spell the end of Liam Mason at the club. He is wanted by, I think it's Crystal Palace. It might be a championship club, maybe a lower Premier League club, one of those sorts of teams. Might even be Wolves. But we'll see. He is club captain at the moment, and he's been with us since League One, so we don't really want to get rid of him unless he starts complaining that he wants football. Then we might have to look to sell him on. Milovanovic has done really well there. What a first start for the club in the Champions League. He's been absolutely brilliant. Goal and assist, sweeping up at the back. Elazar dancing down the wing. Oh, that's a good tackle, isn't it? Crunching. If we can just see this out to half time now, can we get a third? That was there for, I don't pronounce his name, but it's a goal! Quijano, is it? One of those names again, I'm never going to be able to pronounce. Should have taken that into account when I signed him, but knocked down from Ortiz, back to the near post, and he's there to tap it in. We're absolutely running rampant. Villa beat Real Madrid on their Champions League debut 3-0. Now, granted, Benfica is not Real Madrid, but we are absolutely putting them to the sword. If this is how we're going to play all season, the group shouldn't be a problem. You can see what Ortiz was trying to do. You wonder if there was a ball out here that would have been a better fix for him. 17.75 million, signing for 400,000. That is a nice little signing, if I don't say so myself. So this is coming into half-time now. Look at this domination. They have not had a shot on target yet. The main thing here, I think, at this point... Now, what's the other... So Roma is winning at home against Sevilla. You'd probably expect that. I'm just going to say we're very, very pleased. The risk, of course, in saying that is that we get complacent. But the way we're playing right now, I think we just want to pretty much get back out there. Now, we do have Manchester City coming up on the weekend. So we may want to consider perhaps resting a player or two here. I'm not too concerned about Milovanovic because we have Toth who can come back in. Although at 3-0 and with a tough game coming up against City, I'm wondering if we perhaps rest Milovanovic as our better defensive wing-back and maybe bring Toth on for this game. And then we can have Milovanovic in good condition. He was just coming back from an injury. It was a minor like a knock or a strain or something like that. It was just like a week or so, but Maybe don't want to push him 90 minutes here if we can help it. That's a little bit of luck off the post. I think we've earned that little bit of luck, but we don't want that happening again. Maybe a concentrate, given that I didn't tell him not to get complacent. Griffiths isn't having his best game. Elazar, surprisingly enough, isn't having his best game either. No, he's looking complacent as well. We have Lacey on the bench. I think we might just make that change right now. Lacey, there he is. Good chance for you guys to have a look at him as well. It'll be the first time he's appeared on a game on the channel. Hopefully he won't make a fool of me now and have a shock. And Elazar is not playing well. I'm thinking we have Bennett, who is a physical presence up top as well. We might bring him on for Elazar. I think it's probably the first time in Nottingham Forest history that Elazar has let us down, isn't it? But perhaps just a little bit of nerves on the big stage for him first time up. We do, as I said, have one more sub to make. I'm thinking Milovanovic for Toth. I don't know. I'm a little bit anxious about not leaving us any other subs up our sleeves if something else should happen, like a goalkeeper go down injured. A Rosa for Jones for Bennett. Nice ball out for Milovanovic. Can he find a cross? He can. He dinks it in for Ortiz. Oh, snapped from the air. I thought that was going in. It wasn't the most powerful of headers. You'd wonder, Elazar on a good day probably would have knocked that in. It's a shame we haven't picked up at the second half exactly where we left off, but with a 3-0 lead, we don't need to be taking risks, do we? Oh, it's a decent ball over the top. They're in behind us here, and it's a goal. That just takes the shine off a little bit. Give them another concentrate. Just a ball over the top, wasn't it? We got 2 men into the ball. We've let them look. We let them both go. We've got who's that? Quinjanano just playing a little bit deeper, playing them on. A little bit of disorganization in defense, but 3-1. That's not the worst. We just don't want this getting any closer, do we? Okay, we're going to take Milovanovic off against my better judgment because he is starting to get tired, and I don't want him getting a recurrence of his injury. Oh, do we live to regret this? They're not playing particularly well, Benfica, so hopefully that was just a little blip on the radar for us and not a big problem. See what we can do here. A Rosa for Toth. Can he beat his man? We know he can. He's got for the early ball in though. It's there for Ortiz. Down for Bennett. Go! One in our Champions League debut, and we are going to be sitting atop the group tonight unless Roma absolutely destroys Sevilla in the second half. Nice header down from Ortiz. He could have gone for goal himself. He hasn't. He's knocked it down for his strike partner, and Bennett has powered it home. We've scored from their only shot on goal. That's always infuriating when that happens. At least we're not losing 1-0, because I've seen that sort of match stats happen before and you lose the game 1-0. Scanto's looking a little tired. We don't have any more subs. I don't know that I want to play Aussie, whatever that name is, Aussie left back in against City though. But we could do it if we had to, I guess. So this is probably going to be it. We're certainly not going to lose the game from here. The worst that's going to happen is 4-2, and even that is a stunning result for us. Just let this play out. 5 seconds to go. We'll just soak in the atmosphere. And there it is. 3 points on return to the Champions League. It's got to be, was it 2028, is it? I think 2027. So how long is it since Forest were in the Champions League at that point? It's got to be, what, 40 years? Was it the late 70s? 50 years? I'm trying to do maths in my head. It's a long, long time anyway. But there we go. And Roma did get the 1-0 win. But we cruised to victory. We like that, don't we? Bennett, we've got some knocks here. He had a head injury, didn't he? Looked like he had a bandage around his head, so he's gone for a week. So he's out for the City game. Ortiz, I didn't notice him with an injury, a bruised jaw. So he's out for City as well. We have Mosley can come in, so hopefully that won't be too bad. But wait right there, guys, and we'll be back for Manchester City. Okay, welcome back. And here we go for Manchester City away. You can see we played them twice last year, and we did actually really struggle with City, didn't we? And of course, the good news for us is they just scored the 10 goals midweek. So it's not like they're in form or anything. But let's go have a look at who we are sending out, hopefully not to be slaughtered by City, but I think we've got a good team here. It's more or less the same. Vazquez in goal, Quijano, Novikov, and Cox across the back. Milovanovic, we are going to keep him going down the right side, along with Scando down the left. Griffiths and Rosary in midfield. Jones, Elizage, and Callum Mosley comes in. For Ortiz, of course, we picked up a knock, although we'll be playing him as a poacher. So 4-4-2 for Manchester City. Now, this is our first big test in the league and almost of the season. I don't know what we would say Benfica's sort of going to be through the season. They may be a weaker team in the Premier League, or certainly not a top 4 team. But let's see how we do here. All right, can we keep Fortress Clough Arena intact? That is the big question ahead of this one, isn't it? I'm not too concerned about Ortiz. I'd obviously rather have him, but Mosley's been in good form this season. He's knocked in quite a few goals, so we're not losing too much, I don't think. There's an early cross into the box, but it's gone behind. We have Les Lloyd, of course, on the bench, should we need him as well. You can see the new part of our stadium there that's been expanded, filling in the corners, so that's improved our capacity. Let's give them some encouragement here. I am actually really curious to see how we get on here because, as I said, we struggled against City last year. They were far too strong for us. So this will be a good sort of measuring stick of how far we've come. So they've pumped it long there. We should be able to win that. Novikov's there. He does. Griffiths picks up the ball for Rosa. Got space for Scando. He's picked him out. A Rosa to Scando is just such a connection for us, isn't it? Scando knocks it in low for Callum Mosley. He turns it for Jones. Oh, shoot, Mosley! I said he'd been in form, and the form continues. We made hard work of it in the end, but we did get it in the back of the net. He should have taken a touch, shoot. Jones just didn't quite get the chance, but it rebounded nicely from Mosley, and he did not make a mistake the second time around. Not that the first time was a mistake, but you wonder if he could have maybe shot the ball away a little bit quicker. But this is what we wanted, a lead, something to hang on to. I know we're at home, but a draw here I don't think is a bad result. The games against the teams that are going to be up there with us at the end of the season, assuming that we're up there, which hopefully we will be. If we go like we did last year and just beat the teams around us for the most part, just not dropping points to these guys is enough. That's a nice ball for Dybala. He gets the ball across Wanderlei. Oh, good save from Vazquez. Just not dropping points against these should be enough to if not win the league, then definitely get us back up into the Champions League spots. I can't believe we're talking about winning the league in our second year with Forest. I mean, 3 years ago we were in League One. This is absolutely insane. I did not expect to be challenging like this so quickly. All right before half-time, what a nice time to sneak a sneaky second. A Rosa for Jones. No, are we going to go in at 1-1? That's not what we want. Wanderlei, he is a really good player. Him and Dybala. Oh, what you would give to have those two up front. Dybala crosses it in. Vazquez is there, kind of ice skating towards the ball. It looked like a little bit, didn't it? But he's claimed it. Rolls it out for Quijano. Let's not give the ball away there, please. We've got men out here. There we go. Nicely done. Cox to play it out, please. A little bit more time than I would have liked you to take, but that's a decent ball down the line. Well covered, though. Elizage can't quite get onto it. You wonder where this highlight's going. If we'd like to win this header and get the ball back, these long highlights tend to end in a goal, don't they? Oh dear. It's a nice ball down the line. Cox has been turned. Dybala's in behind again. Can he square it? He can. It's there for Wanderlei off the bar. Can we clear it? Scando just knocks it behind. Oh, it's a goal kick. I'm not quite sure what happened there then, but the main thing is that the ball was out of play and they didn't score. We just need to hang on here. That should be half-time. It is. Some of these match ratings aren't great. We have essentially been outplayed, though not horribly, and we do have the goal. We've played well. There's room for improvement. I think that's fair. We'll go through, do some individual team talks here, and then we'll come back and see if we can hang on in this second half. Okay, no tactical changes as of yet. We'll see how this half develops. We do have the Carabao Cup game coming up after this. Just to let you guys know, we're not going to really take the Cup seriously. We're going to focus sort of the best part of our squad on the league and on Europe. And what we'll do is we'll give, oh no, from a set piece as well. Oh, that's so disappointing. We'll focus the cups on giving some young guys a game, some players like Jordan Sawyer out front for Elazage that isn't going to get much games if Elazage is fit. Z-Law will mostly play cup games. There's that, what's his face, Jordan Thomas, the young left back who I want to give a game to in the cups. So it'll be sort of players like that. So don't be surprised if we come back next episode and we've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Hopefully not. We have some other defenders too. We can rest our sort of first choice defenders. That sort of thing is what I'm planning to use the cups for. There's a nice ball out for Milovanovic. Can he square it? He can. It's Elazage. Oh, he's not having one of his better games again, is he, Elazage? I wonder if he needs a rest, if we've been playing him a little bit too much, maybe. Let's give them some... Oh, we can't give them encouragement yet. Hopefully this is going to be a highlight for us. Jones in for Elazage. Can he turn? He's kept the ball nicely. Out for Griffiths. Can Griffiths pick a pass? He's gone through for Elazage. That's off. Elazage was not on his heels. That was a wonderful pass if he's sharp. I'm thinking, I wonder if we need to take Elazage off again. Bennett came on last game and got a goal for us, didn't he? Elazage knocks that down nicely for Jones. Jones back for Elazage. Kicks out Milovanovic. Can he go to the back post? He can, but it's well defended. Orosa should pick that up. Still pressure on here. This is nice. Out for Scando. What can Scando do? He's looking for some space for the cross. He knocks it in. It's there for Callum Mosley. Go! We shall not be moved. What a good goal that is. Just persistent pressure. And he's... Look at this for a cross. And Callum Mosley, once again... There's an argument to be made that Mosley and Ortiz should be our front two. But Elazage, he just keeps popping up when we need him. When we have Griffiths looking nervous and on a booking... don't like that combination, if I'm honest. So we're going to bring Lacey on. We are paying him 50 grand a week. So we most well use him, mightn't we? Tell him there's more to come. That solves two problems there, doesn't it? We get rid of the nervous player and the booking all in one foul swoop. Now, we do just need to try and hold on to this lead if we can. Now, one thing I probably should be doing is taking us off attacking, because we probably don't need to be attacking one of the best teams in the league now that we have the lead. Let's wait and see what happens to this height. That's a nasty tackle. We got away with that. That looked like a cut. Oh, I thought Cox had back passed straight to the City player there. Nicely done. Calm. I know I want them playing out of the back, but Jesus. All right, this is nice. This is much better. This is where we should be playing, this part of the pitch. Elazage, he's got an easy ball. That's not a great pass. He's found his man, though. Lacey up for Orosa, for Jones here. This looks promising. Out for Elazage. Can he finish this time? Elazage! Is it time to take him off? It might be time. Let's just take this back to control. That's a few chances he's missed now that he should be putting away. Let's concentrate on defending this first. We have Les Lloyd on the bench as well. He does... Vasquez saves us again. He does do okay as a complete forward, does old Les Lloyd. I'm wondering, the problem, I don't think he has... We need our Elazage man, whether it be a complete forward target man, see back there defending the set pieces. And I'm not sure that Les Lloyd has that sort of presence in the area. Let's have a look. Not particularly. We'll make the change anyway. We'll play him as a complete forward. It's a good opportunity to give Les Lloyd some game time as well. So let's go with this and see where it takes us. We've got some nervous-looking players. We might need to give them no pressure here. Where's no pressure? There it is. Just relax, everybody. Just relax. Milovanovic is looking tired, as is Scando. 5 minutes to go. As I drop my pen, it might be a good chance. I'm wondering if we should tell our fullbacks to just sit back a little bit. I'm not wondering that. We should be doing that, if I'm honest. I get a little bit carried away with my attacking play sometimes. Oh, this looks bad. This looks horribly bad. De Bruyne, what a save from Vasquez. That is a worldie. That's as good as a goal. Let's sit these wingbacks before we have any more scares like that. There is an argument to say we take Jones off. put somebody in back here. I think we can push Novikov forward if we had to. That might be worth doing. Let's see what happens from this corner first. It's there. Can we head it clear? Nothing comes of it. That's good. That's what we want. Oh, so many nervous players and a very, very nervous manager. Can we get the job done against Manchester City? This would be a massive 3 points. 25 seconds to go. There's enough time here for something to happen, isn't there? We just need to keep the ball. I haven't slowed the pace of the game down. We've done everything wrong right now. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Dybala's in. Dybala. Oh, Vazquez again. What a save from the big Aussie. We should have lost this game if not for Vazquez. This is surely it. We just need to clear this header. Lloyd is there. Another big the Australians in this game. Sometimes you just want to go and hug an Australian, don't you? I'm sure you English people do not want to do that ever, but you know, you know what I mean. That was wonderful. Vazquez, we should give him a new contract just based on that alone. That's a wonderful result. And Callum Mosley with the double as well. He doesn't half score in bundles, does he? Look at that, top of the league, and we've beaten Manchester City 5 from 5. Is it too early to talk invincibles? Yes, it obviously is, but last season at Villa, we went invincible in the league anyway. We didn't manage to win all the trophies, which was disappointing, but can we do it with Nottingham Forest? Well, that would be a massive achievement. But that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed that Champions League debut and a nice sneaky win over Manchester City as well, make sure you're leaving a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. Look at these green arrows or dots or whatever they are. They're not arrows, are they? But that is quite the run of form we're in. Scoring for fun as well. Wonderful stuff. We'll be back on Tuesday. We want to keep watching the Champions League game. So we'll come back for Sevilla and Tottenham. I think that's probably the best two to come back for. So make sure you're there for that. Check out the New York City FC, NYCFC series if you haven't already. We're in MLS. We're doing okay. We're not. We're struggling big time. But if you want to see me under pressure, check that one out. It's a different playlist, but on the same channel, obviously. But until Tuesday, I'm Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And here are some of our best goals from August. Take care.
Ma joie de vivre,